alongside Tanzania and England and the rest. But more seriously, it's wonderful to be here. For me, Ruth is just a phenomenal, amazing woman. A woman who's decided to not sit where the world felt destiny had left her. She knew that that was not her destiny, that was not her full stop, that was not where she was meant to sit. And therefore she decided to arise and put one foot in front of the other, not just for herself, not just for her children, but for other women who might have been in similar situations, not knowing exactly what to do or where to go. So I congratulate you for this beautiful, beautiful occasion. I'd also like to say a big thank you to our community leader, the police lady who came to welcome us and tell us exactly what her role is. It's very important because there needs to be engagement between the authorities, particularly the police, the force, so that the community knows that there is help, and they also have a duty because they are a part of the community. The fact that she's in a uniform or the fact that she has a particular role that she plays does not extract her from the community. And therefore, in the 21st century, we need to be able to blend more so that we know that leadership is not only about the people in authority, but leadership is also about the people who are being led. Without the led, there is no leadership.
Amen.
Who will they be leading? So there is need for unity, there's need for cooperation. And thank you so much for coming to share with us here and to put our minds at rest. Janine, nobody's going to be taken to anywhere today, at least. Yes, my duty is very, very brief. There are people here that I would love to let you know a little bit about them before they come to speak. I'll start with the host herself. Janine has told you a little bit about Ruth. Ruth, of course, as we know, is a mother. She's a businesswoman. She was a diplomat for many years. She's a native of Zimbabwe. She's also a grandmother. But most importantly, she's a child of God, and she's a community leader herself. She's very engaged with her community, and she's able to do this because of experience. We always hear the saying, experience is the best teacher.
Amen.
It is. It's not a cliche. You need to have experienced something to be able to talk about it, or to be able to say, this is how you deal with it, or how you are able to not go that way again. Why? Because you've walked that path before. Ruth was a woman who, in fact, she has so many things, so I'm going to just read out all her accolades. She's the founder, of course, of Ruth for Women, which is this charity that we are launching today. And it's put together for women who have been abused or children who have been brought up in an abusive environment. And also men too, because sometimes we forget that men also can be abused. Mm-hmm. So even though she's called it Ruth for Women, it's all encompassing. It's really to look after anybody. Because it is her belief that no one should suffer any form, type, shape, or kind of abuse at any stage of their lives, whether they're children, whether they're adolescents, whether they're adults. In our charity, Mujeri Besimakuni says, let's stop abuse 100%. And I think it's a mantra we all need to get ingrained in our minds. So maybe when an abuser starts reciting that, they themselves will desist from abusing people. She also runs a catering and events management business. She calls it Safia Limited. She's a mother of 3 daughters, 1 son, and a grandmother of 3 lovely munchkins. You'll see them running around the room. She was married for 34 long years. Did you hear how many years? 34. 34 years is a long time in any human being's life. She was married for 34 years, and she served with her husband, her ex-husband now, in the diplomatic service for 12 years. They were in France, they were in Ethiopia, and they were also in Southern Africa, South Africa itself. She's currently studying for a BA Honours in Theology, so let's give her a round of applause. She hasn't stopped. She also holds a degree in Interior Design, a diploma in Hospitality and Events and Counseling. Now those are the things that she's been able to acquire through studies and through getting degrees and certificates. But there's some things that you're able to do, you don't necessarily have a certificate to show. Those are the things you do from your heart. Those things that you're passionate about. Those things that move and stir your soul. Those things that make you a human being. And one of those things is what she's starting today with Ruth for Women, which is this clarion call to say, here we are, this is our organization, we are here for you. We can make it better. We can make it go away. We can make you know that there's a better life ahead for you. Why? Because I, Ruth, have walked that path before. So let's give Ruth a big round of applause. Another person whom I have the honor to introduce to us this evening is none other than Her Royal Highness Mujari Betty Makoni. Can we get to know who Mujari Betty Makoni is? Not everybody here knows her. Can you just wave your hand so people know who you are, please? Thank you. Mujari Betty Makoni, Mujari by the way means princess or Her Royal Highness. She was born into a royal family. She's from the Makoni lineage in Manicaland of Zimbabwe. We all know where Zimbabwe is, don't we? No? I'm sure we know where Zimbabwe is. Yes. It's one of the most beautiful countries in Africa. You don't agree? Okay. Nigeria is a very beautiful country there.
We know Rhodesia.
We're going back in time there. But that's where Mujari is from. That's where she was born and grew up. And she had a very challenging childhood, which I'm sure she'll probably mention when she speaks. She is well known for the work that she does with girls and women. She's the one that is the visionary and founder, CEO of Girl Child Network Worldwide. Started in a classroom in Zimbabwe many, many years ago, over 20 years ago, at the time when she was a school teacher in one of the schools there in Chitungwiza in Zimbabwe. She, of course, was told she couldn't start that organization, but again, somebody who is very passionate, somebody who is very tenacious, she continued to do it, starting it with 10 girls at a time. I believe today we have over 375,000 girls that she has looked after. Mujari became an Ashoka Fellow many years ago while she was still in Zimbabwe. She also was the top of CNN Heroes in 2009, and that is how the entire world knew the phenomena called Mujari Betty Makoni. They didn't believe that somebody from a village could have such effect. And therefore, after they had followed her for many years and realized the authenticity of the work that she's been doing quietly but very effectively, Time magazine named her as one of the 150 women who shaped the world, alongside Hillary Clinton and various other women who we read about. But she still remains very, very humble. She still remains very simple. And so she still goes on to do the work that she does with girls. She has decided that this is what I've been called to do. My job is just to ensure that I look after girls in Africa or anywhere they might be in the world. And I always joke with her, I say, maybe that's why God never gave you any daughters. She has 3 sons. I said, he knows that if he gave you a daughter, you'll spend so much time dressing your little girl up, you'll not have time for all his little girls that he wants you to look after. But for one person to be able to be linked to having 375,000 girls worldwide having a better quality of life, I believe she deserves a big round of applause. I always say for me, Mujari is someone I used to challenge governments of countries, whether Western countries, whether African countries, whether Asian countries. She's done what governments sit and write papers, employ directors, employ researchers, spend so much money, and some of the big charities that we have do the same. They buy vehicles, for their researchers in the various countries, the country coordinators. She's made it so simple. She said, all we have to do is give a man a fish and feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. You not only feed him, you feed his family, you feed his community, you feed his society. And I'm very proud to say I am the chair of Girl Child Network Worldwide Charity, and I've worked alongside Mujari Betimakwini for years, and I cannot say that there's any time that she's put her footstep in the wrong place. At any point in time, she wakes, she sleeps, she walks, she talks, she eats. Everything she does is all about girls, looking after them, making sure that they're safe, making sure that they get a better quality of life. Today I stand very boldly to announce to you that one of the young girls she saved many years ago in Zimbabwe, she just flew in from DC yesterday. She had to fly out a few days ago to celebrate with that young girl who had graduated with double major honors. Not only that, she already got a job with KPMG, one of the biggest accounting firms in the world. So when they say, can any good come out of Chitunguiza, or Angwe, or Zape, or Chisawasa, what would you say? Yes. A lot of good can come out of anywhere. All we have to do is put in the passion, put our mindset there, and ensure that we just use the energy that we have, that God has given us, to do our own little bit. God has not asked us to come and save the world. He already sent His Son to do that. All He's asked us to do is just touch that person that you can and ensure that their life is better. Mujari Betimakwini has written 3 books. She'll be talking about those books. I'm not going to bore you with that. She's brought some of them with her. But what I want to say about her is, apart from all the work she does with girls, she still has time to put pen to paper and write books that will stir your souls, books that will enable you to say to yourself, if she can do this, so can I. She also is a wonderful mother, as I said. She's a delightful wife, a husband, and she's a wonderful friend to have, a sister to have. We have fun times, so she's taught all of us that all work and no play makes Betty a dull girl. And nothing at all is going to make Betty dull. So she's somebody I call an all-rounder. She's able to enhance what she does, sharing what she has with people, but at the same time staying focused to look after those girls and finding time to also have a bit of fun. And I believe that's how to be an all-rounder. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd love to present to you the 2 lovely ladies I've been asked to introduce tonight, Ruth Mutanda and Mujari Betimakwini. Thank you.
Very, very beautiful presentation by a seasoned broadcaster. Great. Welcome once again. I'm really excited about what's going to happen today because we're going to have some of the speakers coming up to come and inspire and motivate us. And you might have been wondering, why is she talking so much about Mujari and not Ruth? But if you want to know a child, just look at their parents. A dog will give birth to a what?
A puppy dog.
A puppy dog. A cat. How many do you have cats here? We African people. I don't like cats. I don't know. Well, cats. A cat goes to a cat. And if the mentor, Ruth's mentor is Mujari, and Mujari has done such great things in our world today, you know that the sky is just the beginning for Ruth. She's going great places, and I believe that you will get there. All right? Can you say amen for her?
Amen.
All right, good. Give her a round of applause. Just celebrate her too. It's very, very important. I know she mentioned something. She said it's about passion.